Hello everyone, Forsaken Reaper here. I believe we are now at the 197th episode, I believe. Which means that the 200th episode is coming up very soon, and right now I'm just showing you a little duel I had recently with in Total War Rome 2 with Lucius Lefeure. Pretty much one of the first times I've played Total War Rome 2 with him. But he's playing a lot more now after this, but as you can see, he's Bactra. I don't know how to say it. I joke to call it bacteria, but I am Epirus. We both were a not random faction, but one we wouldn't normally be. I think I'm Epirus, right? Yeah, I think so. And in this, it's just a little duel I had with him, and as you can see, I got my Samnite warriors as he's raining down missiles on me. And it was a pretty straightforward map, little brush in the middle. Obviously, you're not going to hide in there without them knowing. But nice, like, he was on a hill, charging down at me. Um, as you can see, it's a slight little hill. Gives him a little bit of an advantage from the attack. But as you can see, I got my trademarked pikemen up on the front lines at the ready. But I sort of overstepped my territorial bounds for the strength of my units a bit here. And sent my pikemen and such other troops a little too far forward. And I didn't have my units run for whatever reason, and they sort of got in the gaps on the left there a bit. And as you can see on the right side, he's got his Barktrin Royal Guard, which are very good, actually, very good. And I just have my Samnites there, but as you can see, I set my cavalry on the flanking force. Always a good idea to do that in any duel with anyone in Total War Rome 2. Cavalry on the flanks, because they are quicker than infantry, obviously, and can envelop or just attack archers easier. And then, as you can see, he's got his horses in the fray, but my pikemen, as you can see in the distance right there, they are continuing to hold them back, which is what I love about the pikemen. And I created a great front line for my missile troops to just throw in there. And as you can see, my Samnites and other troops are desperately sort of trying to stave off that attack. And there was a good thing in there. You saw Hillmen in there. Don't get fooled by that. There is Bactrian Royal Guard, but mixed with them, it sort of evened it out a bit in terms of troop-wise on their side, his side. And as you can see, I'm fighting these pikemen now, which seems like a good thing, and it is, because they have their pikes up. But it's not like they're killing him anytime, it's not like my horses are killing him anytime soon. And he's just really holding them there for the missile troops to get him. And the whole time I was like, "Oh, I got him. I'm gonna try and deal a bunch of casualties to this pikeman group." And then the whole time he's staving me off with that to missile them to death, which he did successfully. And here he's got his elephants. I believe that was his general. And that was sort of his trump card right there. It wreaked havoc along my line. Almost made it to my missile troops, but as you can see, the pikemen already felling one of the giants. And really whatchamacallit, it's a little bit of an elephant dance right there, spasm. The fire that I had there, it may have lowered the morale of my troops a bit, but I did that general thing to boost it up. I think that's me. If not, either way, we both did. But that's sort of scaring the elephants a bit. And as you can see, that was a charge right there at my archers. Not very enthusiastic, but even still, walking knocks over a whole line of missile troops. But I've sort of staved off the elephant attack. I got really lucky, because he sort of had to plow through a line there. Coupled with my fire javelins, they weren't really getting anywhere anytime soon. He was sort of trying to go up the middle to split my forces, where he could use his reserves in the back accordingly. He actually had a really great reserve system, but he did what I used to do, and get super I don't even know how to explain it. Super focused, I guess, on micromanagement of troops, which is great when it's a small number of troops, but when it's a big battle like this, I say big in perspective as just compared to just a few troops, like a few units. But this is a comparatively big battle. We had a pretty big full roster. I can't remember actually how much, but I'm sort of clearing up the right side here, as you can see. Left side here, I've got them a pincer trapped on them. I'm sandwiching them, and I'm sort of closing one end off there. Not looking good for the Bactrians over there. Right side, I'm starting to clear them out a bit, and I've got the center completely cleared. And these elephants are just running around amok now. Yeah, I think my right side, his left side, is not looking too great now. So the only thing really left or his massive amount of archers he had, and one those reserve pikemen I was talking about, and that actually could very damage my units a lot. And plus his missile troops, some of them are cavalry, which just goes to show that they're the most annoying type of missile troops. Not as accurate as ground archers, but they can get off the horse. But they can easily escape an engagement and do traditional cavalry tactics with hit and run. But as you can see here, I'm sort of just mopping up the units over here. Got my dreaded pikes out to spear these hillmen. Oh, look at that. Get him. And I'm sort of attacking his hilltop thing, and he's got his pikes out, but he didn't think, it's not really his fault, he didn't really know what he was doing with the pikemen. One of the first times of him using it, but he didn't have the pikes down, and he's got another, those are, I believe, the horse archers that ran out of ammo that were pursuing one of my guys. It was pursuing either a routing troop or a missile troop. I can't really remember at this time, but he's sort of, like, inadvertently, his troops are sort of moving off to the left on those pikemen there, which is pretty much how you defeat them, besides counter charges on the side and behind, which is really how you do that. But sort of escaping that, getting some of them to lift up their spears in the front to fight them next to them, which is good for him. But now I've got my whole army here, and as you can see, I didn't really take too many losses in that because of the my medium range troops and long melee troops, i.e. pikemen, and my medium troops, hoplites. I really had heavily armored hoplites here on my right side. I deployed my sword infantry on to sort of just hold them off and get them into too close quarters for them to effectively wield their spears and such, and then get my left side. My plan was, at least, get my left side, and as you can see there, victory. Get my left side to come over and help my right side, but it ended up working out. As you can see, the casualties there, I can't really read it in this tiny little thumbnail I'm doing on Movie Maker, but just a nice little duel, similar to what we had in the last countdown to the 200 or 100th episode. But another little duel here. Look for more of these special little big videos to come, like these unorthodox ones that I like to do, the duels. I like to do that. Look for more to come, and look for the 200th episode special soon. This is Foresight Reaper. Thank you for watching. Tune in later.
We just raise the bar glass, we don't give air at sass if you